All right, wonderful. All right. Well, good evening, Team Legacy. I hope you guys are doing fantastic this evening. So glad that you took a few minutes to go ahead and join us this evening. Let me, first of all,
Oh, that's too much. One
yeah,
minute.
let me see if I can mute folks here. I'm not sure why it didn't mute folks as they were coming in, but that's all right. Okay, a little bit better, everybody. All right, so thanks for that. Yes, tonight it is May 6th. I can't believe that we are already in the month of May. I felt like April was over before it started. I think Global Convention certainly had something to do with that. I am still on a high from that incredible event. The caliber of the speakers, the energy, the stories, the vulnerability, the laughs, the tears. I've said it all before. It truly was just a phenomenal event, honestly. And I just love that there was such a good focus on the basics and the fundamentals, right? The fundamentals that are necessary for us to build our businesses, the specific actions, the strategies, as well as the mindset that's necessary to do that. And so tonight, we're going to talk about how you can actually win big while also growing fast and earn yourself some personal coaching with us here on Team Legacy. So, for those who don't know me, my name is Holly Highfield. My husband Brian and I started with LifeVantage 13 years ago. We are the founders of Team Legacy here with our LifeVantage family. And we currently live in Sarasota, Florida. And again, I'm not going to go into deep into our story, but the long and short of it was is that we were busy people. We were both working full-time jobs. We were also running a business on the nights and the weekends. The last thing that we had time was, or last thing that we had was time for another project or another quote business. But we had a fear of missing out. When we learned about the technology behind our activation products, we just said, you know what? What have we got to lose, right? We were going to be taking the products anyway. And so we jumped on board and the rest is history, I guess, for lack of a better a better word on that. But we will forever, of course, be grateful for this incredible company, for the products that they offer, as well as each of you, our team members. Without you, none of this would be possible. And so I love that we're able to come together because I feel that when people come together, we can do more when we come together than we can on our own. So go ahead and kick off real quickly for those of you who didn't already know. The first question is, did you attend Global? Yes or no? It's that simple. You can drop it in the comments. Yes or no. Did you go ahead and join us in Global? So if you attended Global, then you have the opportunity to get your hands on exclusive sneakers, exclusive Drive Era Nike Life Vantage sneakers. When I heard that they were giving off sneakers, I'll be honest, I wasn't exactly sure if I was gonna. I was like, sneakers, really? Huh? Right? Well, guess what? I love these. As soon as I saw these suckers in person, I was like, I have to have a pair of these. So, how do you earn yourself a pair of these exclusive shoes? Well, you're going to personally enroll two consultants, okay? And that's between April and June. So, from April 1st all the way through the end of June, you're going to enroll two consultants. April, May, and June. You have 3 months to enroll two consultants. Come on. And you help them achieve Senior Consultant 1 within their launch period. Senior Consultant 1 is equal to 2,000 in organizational volume. You help them get 2,000 in organizational volume. Now, the maximum, like I'm looking at for customers, is like 20 customers. But let's be honest, most of our products and our stacks, they're going to be over 100 in sales volume. So you could be looking at anywhere from 10 to 20 potential customers, and they have 90 days to do it. If they enroll in April, they have May and June and July. It's almost like they give them an extra month. So it's kind of weird that they say 90 days. But anyway, you will go ahead and then earn those exclusive pair of shoes if you have that accomplished. So a lot of us are rallying together and we're encouraging one another on because once we get to Momentum Academy in Dallas in October, we're planning on all getting together and having our own little dance party while we're all wearing our shoes and taking some photos. So I'm super excited about that. So that's one thing I wanted to make sure that I talked to you about. And then the second thing is what's cool about this whole drive era, even if you don't earn the sneakers, if you still enroll two consultants or if you enroll a consultant and they achieve SC1 within their launch period, the company is going to give them a double rank advance bonus. They're going to get an extra $150. So they already get $150. Now they're going to get an extra $150. So they're going to get a double rank advance bonus by hitting SC1 within that launch period. And I mean, you have to ask yourself, when did you guys really start going hard at this? Right? When you started seeing the checks come in and you started seeing the dollars, you realize that this is real, right? I can make real money with this. And so I just wanted to remind everyone of those two bonuses that are taking place. But here is what you came for tonight. All right. The Team Legacy Drive Era May incentive. Who's excited? I'm pumped about this actually because it goes back to the foundational activities, the behaviors that are required in order for us to make a difference in our business, right? Without invitations, you can't present. And without presentations, you're not going to have enrollments. So we're going to be talking about a incentive that is focused on presenting, getting more eyeballs on what we have. Okay. So, how is this going to work? This is how it's going to work. When we first started with this company, one of the, or part of our blueprint, and I know Paulette remembers this, right? What part of our blueprint was your goal was to complete 15 presentations in a month. 15 presentations. Now we're going to talk a little bit about what is a presentation, but that was our goal, was to get a minimum of 15 presentations. If you ended up with less than that, I guarantee you still ended up with more than what you would have had you not had a goal that you were shooting for or aiming for, right? So 15 presentations in the month of May will earn you rewards as well as an opportunity to get some personal coaching. Now, I'm going to break down each of those tiers here shortly, and what that kind of looks like for you. But first of all, the first tier is focused on 5 presentations. Second tier, 10 presentations. And the third and final tier, top tier, of course, is 15 total presentations. Okay. So I've created a tracker. You can see the tracker. I'm showing an image online for those of you dialed in. You probably can't see it. If you have subscribed to the Amish newsletter, I have actually included this tracker in your newsletter. So you will have this available to you. Otherwise, Brian's going to be loading this onto our team website, which is lvgopro.com. It's not on there yet, but I will also share it in our Facebook group as well, all the places. But I've created a tracker so that you can keep tabs on who you're talking to, and how you're presenting, when you're presenting to them, just to kind of keep track. Because I don't know about you, all right? Maybe you can tell me. I personally, I like to write things down. I'm a visual person. So by me physically writing things down and also having something physical that I can look at every single day and see, that helps keeps me on track. Okay. So what's a presentation? Does anybody know? Feel free to drop in the chat. What? Oh, is it not showing? Is my screen not showing? Oh, I was trying to show here. If I go back to this screen, Paulette, can you see it? So it's just an image. It's like a tracker with a bunch of lines on it, kind of breaks it down. I'll go ahead and pull it up here for you guys here in a second if you can't see it. You still can't see it, huh? I'm wondering why you guys can't see my screen. Let me see here.
We
Let me
see
try to-
Zoom.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. Haven't seen any of my slides this whole time? Well, that's no good. All right, let me reshare with you guys here. Give me a second. Let's reshare. It's probably my fault. I probably clicked on the wrong button. See, anyone can do this. So, all right. All right, now can you guys see my screen?
Mhm.
Thumbs up. Now we're
Yep.
cooking with gas. All right. All right, perfect. Okay. So now okay, perfect. Okay. So again, the tracker. It's a fairly simple tracker. It says Team Legacy Drive Aaron Senta on the tracker. And it kind of breaks down each individual tier for you. How many presentations you need to do that are part of tier one, part of tier two, and then part of tier three. So, does anybody know what is included in a presentation? When I talk about a presentation, what what do you think is included in a presentation? What does that look like? You guys want to drop that in the chat? I know for those of you who are just dialed in, you can't do chat. So, yep. Sarah said it. Your story, the company story, and how you get paid, right? So a presentation consists of three parts. Your story, the company story, which includes the products, right? And how we get paid. Now, what's really cool about this is that you don't have to be the presenter. Now, let's be honest, most of the time you're going to talk to someone and you're going to, maybe tell them a little bit about your story, see if they're open to learning more. And that's awesome. That's what we want. But the goal is to get them in front of a presentation. That can be either you sitting down with them one-on-one, either for coffee or breakfast or after work. It doesn't matter what that looks like. It can be one-on-one. Or maybe you have that person listen to a recorded opportunity call or Zoom. That's a way to share the presentation. Also, what if you invited them to a live presentation or maybe even an in-home meeting? So we have a road show that's taking place. Right now, Brian is actually in Ohio doing a meeting. He did another meeting in a different area in Ohio last night. Then he's moving on to Pennsylvania tomorrow. I will be in Indiana in two different locations next week. And the third and final week for our road show, we are going to be in Kentucky in two different areas. So there are opportunities for some of you, the lucky few, that you can actually bring guests to get in front of this information. Or here's a crazy idea. What if you invited people over and you just played for them an opportunity Zoom that was recorded, or you play a call for them? Maybe you're not comfortable getting in front of the room. Maybe you just share your story and then you press play. It's that simple. I don't want you to be scared or feel fearful of the idea of a presentation because I know it sounds a little formal, but again, you're just telling your story, the company story, and how we get paid. And we kind of talked about the different ways that looks like. So here's one, I won't say a catch, but here's some fine print for you. Okay. Think about this. Yep, Fannie Mae was there, right? So she was at last night's meeting, and I know they had a bunch of guests, and several of them even enrolled, which is always nice to hear. So, here's the thing. Let's say, for example, you're going to go to a meeting, a presentation that's happening, and you bring three guests with you. Okay, that's only going to count as one presentation. Oh, but Holly, it's three people. I know, it's three people, but we're talking about a presentation. You've got three guests in the room at one time. That's awesome. Trifecta, but that's going to count as one presentation. Okay. So you'll count that as one towards your 15. So why do you think we're maybe focusing on presentations? Does anybody have an idea why we might be focusing on presentations versus enrollments? Any thoughts on that? No. Okay. Well, here's the deal. Enrollments are the end result to your activity, right? It's true. The invites have to happen and then the presentations and then the enrollments come. The behavior of presenting and getting fresh pairs of eyes on an actual presentation is what's necessary for those enrollments to even happen. That's right. Fannie Mae inviting more people to take a look. I love it. Paulette, more presentations, better outcome. That's right. Presentations is how you get enrollments. Exactly, Sarah. If you're not presenting and you're not sharing, then you're not going to enroll. Okay. So here's the thing, more presentations equals more confidence. Exactly, Kim. Exactly. Plus, we need to get comfortable. The more that we present, the more comfortable we're going to get. And that goes to my first point, the more confidence that you're going to have. You're going to build skills and clarity and confidence, right? It's like presenting is just like any muscle, right? If you don't use that muscle, it goes weak. So, just like anything else in life, you want to build those muscles, you want to build those habits, and you want to get really good at them. And so, repetition literally rewires your brain to where it feels more natural. And when it feels more natural, it's empowering. It's so empowering. I think you would be amazed at what it is that you're able to accomplish when you allow yourself to get uncomfortable and grow your own confidence through presenting. Also, it's going to shift your focus from selling to serving. I'm going to say that again. It's going to shift your focus from selling to serving. Think about that. When you invite someone to a presentation, you're not just selling them a product, right? We're offering them a solution, an opportunity of a lifetime, something that could be the biggest breakthrough that they've needed, whether it's their health, their quality of life, their finances, all the things. We are offering them that. It's a mindset shift, right? So instead of thinking, what will they think? What if you said to yourself, how can I serve? How can I serve? Creating that purpose-driven action, right? That purpose-driven action. Um, sorry, I keep trying to mute people as they come in here. So I don't know why they're not going on mute when we first get in here. But anyway, so that's another reason. Number 3, why we want to focus on presentations. Exposures leads to enrollments. I think we kind of already talked a little bit about that. I think that kind of speaks to itself. But let's be honest, oftentimes it can take 5 to 7 exposures before someone is ready to say yes. Think about it. How many times did someone have to approach you and share information with you and drip on you before you actually said yes? Before you made a decision and you signed on the dotted line? It takes time. And presenting allows people to get the information that they need in order to better position themselves to make a decision, whether it's a yes, no, or a not now. Christy's like once. Well, you are the diamond in the rough, Christy. And you know what's funny is that once we see it, we can't understand why nobody else doesn't see it. We present it to them the first time. We're like, what else is there to know? You just got to do it, right? They just got to trust you and get on board. But we know that that doesn't always happen. All right. So the more exposures and presentations that you do, the more enrollments you're eventually going to get. It builds momentum and it duplicates. The reality is presentations create energy, and that energy is going to attract people to you and what you're doing. It's a very, very simple model. And when people see how other people do it, they then again feel empowered and say, I can do that too. Because I can tell you, most people, prospects or individuals who are looking at what you have, they're asking themselves 2 things. Can I do this? And is it worth it? Can I do this? And is it worth it? If you invite them over and press play on a video and then just talk about it, do you think that they're going to think that this is something they could probably do? Yeah. But if you sit there and you present all night talking about oxidative stress and free radicals and GLP-1 hormones, they're going to look at you like, I can't do what they did. So remember, keeping things simple and sometimes less is more is going to go a lot further. It's the way that you present it from your heart and the energy that you use that people are going to remember the most, not necessarily what you say. Okay. And then last but not least is you're going to impact more lives faster. Think about that. The more presentations that you do, it means the more chances to change someone's health, their mindset, their financial path, their confidence. their own self-confidence. A lot of people just want to be a part of something and have people cheer them on because they're not used to having people believe in them. That speaks to our culture here at LifeVantage. And so when you do that, that ripple effect starts with a simple invite because you never ever know who's listening. Okay. All right. So do you want to kind of know what the prizes are going to be? All right. Here's the prizes. Drum roll, please. So here's the prizes that you can grab. And this is what's really cool, you guys. If you hit all three tiers, you earn all three tier prizes. It's not just one or the other, it's all of them. And I'm not talking about us just awarding it to the top person. If you choose to accept the challenge and you complete any single tier, then you earn the prizes. How cool is that? You're not competing against anybody else on this team but yourself. Just competing against yourself. I love that. So, tier number one. Tier number one includes presentations 1 through 9. If you complete 1 to 9 presentations, you're going to earn yourself a free bag of Axio, your flavor, your choice, you get to pick, and $25 cash or gift card. Okay. I went with the cash because otherwise it might be like an Amazon gift card or something like that. We can iron out those details, but it's a $25 gift card and or cash, basically. Okay. That's tier number one. Tier number two. If you complete 10 to 14 presentations, you'll also earn a bag of Axio. You'll also earn that $25 cash/gift card. Okay. And you can then choose, we will then purchase for you a personal development or growth book or company swag. So what I mean by that is who's heard of John Maxwell? Drop a yes in the comments if you've heard of John Maxwell. Okay. John Maxwell, he's awesome. Fannie Mae said yes, Paulette said yes, Sarah, Kim. Yeah, exactly. John Maxwell, pretty much any one of his books, and I've read almost all of them, he has a lot of them, are phenomenal. I have learned something from every single one of the books that he has come out with. And so here's what we're offering you. You get the Axio, you get the cash, and we will gift you a book of your choice. All right. Now we've got a short list. We're certainly happy to make recommendations, but if there's a book that you've been interested in to help from a personal development standpoint, or even to help grow your business, we want to give that to you. Okay. And then last but not least, tier number 3, this is big. This is when you've completed 15 presentations. What? 15 presentations. It gets you a bag of Axio, again, your choice, another $25 cash or gift card, and you will get a personal Zoom or call, whichever preferred, with Brian and I and another Crossline leader. I'm not going to say who that is yet. However, we are going to give you one-on-one time. We're going to dive into your business. We're going to answer your biggest burning questions. We can dig into your back office. We're going to have you submit your questions to us in advance so that we can make the most of that time, because we want it to be extremely impactful. We want to help you level up yourself and your business. Whether you're just getting started or you've been in the business a long time, it doesn't matter. This incentive is strictly you challenging yourself. So the question is, how many presentations are you willing to do? How many presentations are you committed to doing in the month of May? Right? How many? I want you guys, come on, drop. I know there's a lot of people dialed on the phone, but for those of you online, I would love to hear how many presentations are you going to challenge yourself to complete in the month of May? Fannie Mae said 15. Ah, Christy said 15 too. I like it. You guys are going all in, right? All in. I don't know. It says Samsung. I'm not sure who Samsung is, but it said 15. Heidi said 15. I'm liking the numbers. Here's the deal. I think the question you got to ask yourself now is, do I have any presentations scheduled? Do I have any presentations scheduled? It's the 6th of May. It's the 6th of May. Do you have any? Exactly. Kim's like, yeah, I know you're feeling me, Kim. Yeah, she's, yeah, I'm telling you. So here's the deal. You got to start scheduling those Zooms. You got to start getting people, you got to set appointments. Set appointments. Find out when you can meet with people. Go to them. If you wait for someone to come to you, it's probably not going to happen. Go to them. Make it easy. All right. You show up at their house, you can't get rid of you. Right. That's in person, of course. But if you're trying to talk to someone, and you've got to use Zoom, then use Zoom. Again, you can do Zoom and you can do a share screen and literally click play on an opportunity webinar, and people are going to watch it. I'm trying to give you guys some ideas here on how you can present without presenting yourself. I mean, I personally learned a long time ago. Our mentors taught us early on. They said the person in the front of the room makes what? The most money. Exactly. The most moolah, right? The person who decides to get uncomfortable and they're willing to stand in front of the room and present, those are the ones that are going to make the most money. And let's be honest, money is not a bad thing. It's not. We all need it, right? We need it to survive. We need it to support our families. And let's be honest, the more that you have, it kind of makes life a little bit easier, right? And when you have more and you feel like you're comfortable, isn't it really awesome to be able to give to the organizations and the communities that you serve, like donations? When you want to without like feeling bad or guilty or like, oh my gosh, I wish I could, help so and so, but I can't. I'm just saying. I have some goals and aspirations for myself as far as things that I want to do. I have a nonprofit organization that I'm in the works on, as well, because at a certain point, when you've reached your goal and you've reached your why and you're where you want to be financially, it's about creating that legacy, right? What do you want to be known for? What's that Nick? Think big. I want you guys to be thinking big. So, how many presentations you're committed to, first of all, then you got to set the appointments. And let's be honest, if you set 15 appointments, the likelihood of all 15 of those going as planned, right? I mean, it's just like when you invite people to a wedding. Let's be honest, you'll invite, say, 300 people to a wedding, but we all know there's a certain percentage of people that aren't going to come for whatever reason. And you're always going to have those one-offs where people are going to be like, oh, something came up and they're not able to come anymore, even though you included them in the count, you paid for their food and all the things. Okay. It's just a part of the process, whether it's a barbecue and you're inviting 30 people and only 10 can come, or whether you're inviting them to look at a life-changing opportunity. You got to send out more invites in order to lock in at least 15 presentations. You guys picking up what I'm putting out there? Yeah. Nancy's nodding her head. Kim's nodding her head. I love it. I love seeing your faces. I appreciate when you guys actually show up on screen. I really do. Because I get energy from other people. And so that's what makes it fun. So, Sarah said, does the new LifeVantage video count as a presentation? Your story activated the LifeVantage opportunity. That's a good question, Sarah. I would, you know what? I really do like that video. I think it's a good kind of like first touch as far as piquing their interest. I don't necessarily know that it tells them the whole story. So if you want to use that as like your initial like story or piquing their interest kind of thing, and to find out if they want to know more, like if they want to enroll right after seeing that video, boom, done. Presentation done. But if they're but to me, I see that video as more as like a first touch. Say, hey, are you open to taking a look at what it is that I'm involved in? It could help you with XYZ. We were just talking to a guy who's, he's trying, he doesn't have retirement. So he's trying to position himself so that he can have some retirement money. And so it's like, okay, well, I think I found something that could help you get the retirement income that you're looking for if you're open to taking a look at it. If he says yes, I say, great, I'm going to send you, a 6 minute video. How soon can you watch it? I forget how long it is. I know it's a couple minutes, but for example, 6 minute video. How soon can you watch it? I'm going to wait till he commits to saying when he can watch it. Say, oh, well, I don't know. I could probably get to it by the end of the week. It's like, no. Okay, look, I get it. You're busy. I'm busy too. If I send you the video today, will you have watched it by Friday or whatever the day is? Get them to commit. Make sure they say yes first, especially if you're sending them a recording of something, because once you send them that link, you've given them control over your business, believe it or not. So set the appointment, get them to confirm twice that they're going to watch it. So that when you follow up and you say, hey, look, I'm only asking because I want to make sure that I don't waste your time. And when I check back with you on Friday, I want to make sure you've had a chance to get the information so that we can talk about what you liked most about what you saw. So you're making those assumptions. You're already planting those seeds that you want to talk to them about what it is that they liked. Okay. And then you're going to call them. You're going to do what you said you're going to do. Now you can't control whether or not they watched it, but at least you can say that you followed the process and that you did what you said you were going to do. Okay. So that's kind of trying to give you a little bit of, again, there's no secret sauce to guarantee enrollments on anything. I have not found a surefire script in the 13 years that I've been doing this business that guarantees someone saying yes. But I've also learned certain tricks to make sure that I stay in control of my business and by continuously piquing people's interest. And if someone can't give me a time, if they're like, no, man, I don't know. If you just send it to me, say, you know what? This is obviously not a good time for you right now. What if I check back in with you next week? I'm telling you, pretend like what you have is gold. You literally have $1 million business and life-changing products in your hand, and they don't know what they don't know. So they don't see the value, right? They're like, oh, they're just going to send me a video. I'll get to it when I get to it. If you protect it as if it's of high value, you're going to create more curiosity and they will be more inclined to make a commitment as to when they can watch it or when they're willing to meet with you. Make sense? Yes or yes? Yeah? Okay. Awesome. All right. So that's what I had to share with you this evening. I didn't want to spend a lot of time going into a bunch of announcements and Zoom calls and all the stuff that's taking place. I really wanted to focus on the incentive and the specific behaviors that are going to set you up for success during this quarter. Because we're going to be going into the summer months, and the seeds that you plant now with these presentations are going to carry you through the summer. I love that you guys are shouting out those 15. I'm going to pause and I'm actually going to take everybody off of mute. So prepare yourselves if you guys got screaming kids or whatever's going on. I want to give you the opportunity to ask me any last minute questions that you may have to clarify the incentive. Okay. Or I guess maybe just some things in general around presenting. But let's see if I can see if there's a trick here for me to make everybody all unmute. I don't know that I know I can take everybody, ask to unmute. I think you guys, if you're on the phone, you can *6 to unmute your line if you guys want. But why don't we do that? Go ahead and feel free to unmute yourself. We're going to give it about 2 more minutes for those that have questions. I'm fired up. Who's ready to go?
I'm fired up too. And I want to thank you for inviting me to come to this. I did put in there in the chat that I actually do a Zoom presentation each week. So mine's on Wednesdays. And anybody's can invite to that. So I don't know if you want me to include the invitation, but so any group or whatever, because obviously you even said you're going to have a sideline person come. So
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Yeah. No, I appreciate that, Kim. If you're already doing a weekly, is it a weekly webinar?
Well, I guess you might call it that, but I
Mhm.
call it presentation or opportunity meeting.
Right, but I mean, you're using Zoom for your weekly, or is
Yes,
it in person?
yes, yes.
You're using Zoom. Okay, awesome. If you wouldn't mind, you can send that over to me or Facebook message it to me and we can
Okay,
share it. Yeah, I would love to share it.
okay,
So,
awesome.
so if people want to leverage that as a way to
Yeah,
invite
and
to
just so
to a
you
live.
know, I'm a scientist. I'm a molecular biologist. So my right now my presentations are very sciencey, but
Okay.
they're easy to understand. But
Okay.
I think after going to convention, I'm gonna change it. And what I'm trying to change it to is telling what the products will do for you instead of all the science behind it. So
Exactly.
yeah,
Exactly. It's always about what are these products going to do for me, right? The benefits of the benefits, as we like to say.
exactly.
I mean, obviously, you have a wealth of knowledge at a level that most people don't. And so,
Yeah.
what's cool is that you can explain that. However, when you're presenting it to someone for the first time, I think you've obviously already picked up on it, is that people are going to look to you and they're going to say, I can't do what she just did. I'm not
So,
a molecular biologist.
right.
I can't explain it the way that she just did. So, those types of conversations are best left. I like to call them the meeting after the meeting. So
So, yeah, and
when you
I
have a
love
meeting,
that.
exactly, then you can
And I
decide
think
for the people
Nancy's
that want to know.
probably been to a couple of mine, so they're not
Yeah.
all exactly the same. So,
Yeah.
but
I,
I mean, the
I
general.
keep messing up and forgetting sometimes. I want to come to them and then I forget about them. I got to put them in a book or
Love it.
Yeah.
something.
So,
So no, I appreciate you sharing that, Kim. Yeah, if you want to if you wouldn't mind, just message me, the
I
Zoom,
sure will.
and we'll let people know that they are free to welcome, invite people. Normally, we will do Zooms. The company's been doing weekly Zooms on Wednesdays, but they're no longer doing those for right now. They've put a pause on those,
Mm.
um, effective for May, obviously. Um,
Oh, okay.
Mostly because attendance. I'll be honest with you guys. When people don't stop showing up, the company's not going to continue to pour, their resources, into bringing corporate staff on after business hours, and coming in on doing those. So at the end of the day, our business is in our hands. So I love that, Kim, you're not relying on corporate to host those meetings. You're already doing your own. Um,
Right.
so just find a way to plug in somewhere. There's plenty of stuff going on to be able to plug in. So thank you, Kim.
Absolutely.
I appreciate
Absolutely.
it. All right. Anybody else? If not, you're welcome to hop off. But I'm pumped. I'm excited. Brian should be able to get the tracker up, I would think, in the next day or two, maybe when he comes back. So you guys can print that out if you want to, if you're up for the
Mhm.
challenge.
And I am making an announcement here because, they said that at convention, you need to tell people what your goals are.
It's true. You got to say it out loud.
And so there hasn't really been a trip that I've been super excited about, but Thailand, I'm shooting for it.
I'm
Oh,
so
good for
excited
you.
for you.
Yeah.
Thailand it is, man. Place is gorgeous. The pictures, I'm diving into it more and I'm starting to put pictures up around my house. I'm telling you, visualize it, see it, think it, feel it.
Mm.
Marlon Graber, I don't even think he's on this call tonight. He actually put a Thailand, up on his screensaver on his phone. Every time he
Ah,
pulls up his phone, his screensaver's Thailand. I mean, I don't, whether you earn that trip or not, if you go for that trip, your business is going to grow regardless, and you're going to have a bigger impact and you're going to serve more people. So I say, whoop, whoop.
yay, Sarah.
Yeah. Yeah. Sarah said she's got it on her screen too. I love it.
Woohoo.
So, all right, everybody. Well, I want to keep this. I know I meant to keep it to 30 minutes. I did open it up to Q&A, so that's on me. Um,
Thank
that's
you
all I
very
got.
much.
Yeah, you're welcome. I'll get the recording up on our team YouTube channel, by the end of tomorrow, and I'll post the replay also on our Facebook group for anybody who wants to get a hold of it. So,
And
All
I'm
right,
off to the
guys.
9 o'clock meeting.
Yep,
with
off to
all four
off to
doctors.
the races. Exactly. So, all right, buddy, it's time to drive. Have a good night, everybody.
Thanks
Thank
so
Bye.
you.
much.
Bye-bye.
Bye.